Evening, everyone, and welcome to the Raymore City Council regular meeting for Monday, December the 8th, 2025. Call the meeting to order and ask for the roll call, please.
Councilmember Abdelgawad.
Here.
Councilmember Baker.
Present.
Councilmember Barber.
Present.
Councilmember Burke.
Present.
Councilmember Serko.
Present.
Councilmember Ingert.
Present.
Councilmember Holman.
Present.
Councilmember Mills.
Present.
Mayor Turnbow.
President, we have a quorum. Would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We have no presentations or awards this evening or personal appearances. So we'll move on to staff reports. Mr. Fearborn.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask Mr. Gress to make a staff report.
Thank you, sir. Mayor and Council, I have a kind of a two-part presentation this evening for the month of November. In your packet was a written report for last month. You can see we issued a handful of permits in the Prairie View, Parkside, Knoll Creek, Edgewater, and Cunningham neighborhoods. So another steady month of permits. And then last month, we did finish up the construction of Building 5 down at the Raymore Commerce Center self-development. So the tenant now has possession of that building, and they're kind of finishing up their tenant improvements to begin operations here, hopefully in the next couple of months. So a lot of good things going on the development side. The second part I wanted to share with you all, and if you don't mind, I'm going to take control of your computer screens just momentarily. Some of you might be familiar with the development activity map that we've had for the past several years. It's where we put any new applications that come in. That's where we put those applications online so that people can get copies of plans or drawings or information about the project. Late last year, we kind of lost support for that, meaning that it was losing some functionality. Became very difficult to update and kind of attach all the meeting project information to it to get it out in the public. So over the last couple months, our GIS coordinator Thomas Ellinger has been working on a new version of that and to the new version that Esri has developed. And so I wanted to share that with you all this evening. We're going to be putting some information out about it online, but I wanted to make sure the council was kind of aware of that in case you all get any questions over the next couple weeks about it. So the same place that you would have found it previously, it's on our Development Services homepage. If you access it by clicking the Current Projects tab at the top, you can also search it with a couple different short links, raymore.com/current projects. And then there'll be some various links to it in our weekly reports and things like that for projects as they come online. But when you go to that, the information that's on your screen is what you'll see.
We're not getting anything? We don't have anything. It's just blank, David. I'm going to say we need to check on that new software.
I suppose so.
Fairly sure that's operator error, sir.
Okay. Not sure what you did here. I don't know what I did either. It's usually over in screen. You're on screen. You do, well, I don't know. Try that again.
Well, maybe next year. I'm just thinking 2026.
Maybe that, yeah. Doesn't look like it worked. You can click cancel up there and it'll just X out of it. Okay. Not sure right now. Let's put it up on the projector. I can't see it. Well, if you close your eyes and just picture what I'm looking at on my screen, you'll know exactly what I'm looking at. So apologize for the IT issue there. I'll follow up with a link to you all. Just a couple of the differences in this project is that it does kind of separate now development projects from our capital projects. One of the things that we heard back on the previous map is very cluttered, very hard to see kind of what current projects from kind of ongoing yearly projects. So in the new map that you'll see, it kind of delineates those two from those two different project categories. Each point on the map shows general project information. It'll also give you a link to any documents that have been filed that are public, in addition to any meeting dates or public hearings, which is a functionality that was difficult to maintain on the previous map. So we're excited to kind of get that out in the field. Like I said, the last one was kind of losing some of its functionality, which made it difficult to get out into the public. So again, I'll follow up with the council and stay tuned to our social media pages. We'll be putting some information out about that here later this week.
Okay.
Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Anybody have any questions for David at this time? So I see that the infrastructure is getting very close to completion out south off of Hubach on the Saddlebrook and the Sendera projects. Have they pulled any permits for actual building yet?
Neither of those projects have made it to you all for acceptance. On the Sendera project, they have 2 plats going right now, and I'll defer to Devin if he has any more details, but I think they're wrapping up some sewer testing before it's ready to come forward to you all. And then on the Saddlebrook project, they also have some kind of last-minute site repairs to do, some patching of some concrete and some replacements, so would probably expect that to be in front of you all in January if everything goes forward as planned.
Okay.
So no permits have been pulled yet there.
Okay. All right. That's all. All right. Thank you very much. Anybody else? Okay. Moving right along, Mr. Feuerborn, next report.
Thank you, Mr. Gress. I would ask Mr. Baldwin to make a report for emergency management.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I wanted to share a staff report on a couple of recent conferences that I had the opportunity to attend. In early October, I got to attend the State Emergency Management Agency Conference, that's the SEMA conference, in Columbia. We heard from Governor Kehoe, the director of the DPS, the deputy director of SEMA, as well as a few representatives from FIFA to discuss the World Cup event next year. A lot of great breakout sessions as well. The highlight for me was I got to be selected as one of the 12 emergency managers from across the state to be in what's called the Emergency Management Advisory Committee. And we got to have lunch with the deputy director of SEMA one afternoon. And it's really a group that just kind of provides direct communication from emergency managers at the local level up to the SEMA leadership. So we'll get together a few times a year, just talk about kind of what issues we're facing at the local level, how SEMA can best serve us, vice versa. So really honored to be asked to be part of that 12-person committee. I also attended just a couple of weeks ago the International Association of Emergency Managers Conference that was in Louisville, Kentucky. There were about 2,100 emergency managers from 17 different countries in attendance. A lot of great breakout sessions there as well on severe weather. It's the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, so lots of sessions devoted to Katrina and the lessons learned from that. Really the main topic of the week, again, was the World Cup. We heard from the public safety teams from 2 other host cities, Seattle and Los Angeles, on kind of what their planning process is looking like for next year. We heard from the chief security officer in charge of safety and security, who really just hammered home how historically large of an event this is going to be next year. So great week, and we'll look forward to next year's conference in Long Beach, California. Then finally, real quick, I wanted to plug our next CERT meeting. That's our Community Emergency Response Team. That will be held on Thursday, January 15th, 6:30 over at Centerview. A couple of presentations that evening. We'll hear from the Raymore Animal Control, who will share a presentation on how to keep your pets safe during disasters. We'll also be joined by the safety manager from the Kansas City Zoo and Aquarium. He'll share a presentation on how the zoo handles emergencies, how they keep both the guests and the staff safe during emergencies, also how they keep the animals safe during emergencies. So kind of an animal-themed meeting, so those are open to the public. Again, next January 15th, and I hope many people as possible can make it. Happy to answer any questions. Otherwise, that concludes my staff report.
Any questions, anyone? All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Feuerborn.
Thank you, Mr. Baldwin. Next week's work session, we currently have a number of items on for you all under the heading of street preservation and traffic concerns and our road program in general. So it'll be a multi-part presentation that we're going to be making to you all. And now The second item will probably be on, we'll take another stab at letting you see Mr. Gress's program on your iPads and stuff.
Okay.
By then, we'll have that ironed out, I guarantee it. That concludes staff reports tonight. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Any questions of Mr. Fearborn? All right, thank you very much. We have no committee reports this evening, and we'll move on to, we just have the one item under the consent agenda, which is the minutes of the November 24th meeting. I'd entertain a motion to dispose of this item.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Abdelgawad.
I move that we approve the consent agenda, including item A, City Council meeting minutes from November 24th, 2025.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there a second?
Yes, sir, I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Holman. Motion's been made and seconded to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion? Motion carries unanimously, 8-0. Thank you. We'll now move on to new business. As we have no unfinished business, it appears. The first item under new business, could I please have the first reading of Bill 4001 by title only?
The first reading of Bill 4001 by title only, an ordinance of the City of Raymore, Missouri, amending the zoning map from R1 Single Family Residential District to RE Rural Estate District for the property located at 1012 South Madison Street in Raymore, Cass County, Missouri.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there a staff report? This requires a public hearing. I'll open the public hearing at this time and ask for a staff report.
Thank you, sir. I would ask Mr. Gress to make a staff report on this agenda item.
Thank you, sir. The item before you all this evening is a requested rezoning application for the property at 1012 South Madison Street here in Raymore. It is legally known as Dutchman Acres Lot 63. They're on the south side of town. The applicant approached the city staff regarding their property here as they were trying to look at building an accessory structure, basically a shop building on their property. One of the items that they ran into kind of a challenge with is the property zoned R1. In that zoning district, an accessory structure cannot exceed the height of the principal building on the property. The unique nature of this property is that it is an earth contact home, and so it became very challenging to try and build a kind of code compliant structure where the roof was below that earth contact home. And so going through a couple different avenues that the applicant could have pursued, we looked at the possibility of a variance, but kind of given the rural nature of some of the things about the property that I'll go into some detail with, it was decided that rezoning the property was the better avenue to pursue. The property is adjacent to the city limits of the city. As such, it's surrounded by agricultural district to the north. On the south and west would be unincorporated Cass County with residential uses, and then to the east would be Parks and Recreation District with Recreation Park. In the packet there on page 2, you'll see the development standards for the R1 district compared to the RE district, as is requested. The property was originally annexed into the city in 1990. That was a request by the property owner at the time to obtain sewer service. There's a sewer line that cuts right through this property in this area of the city. There's really no record that we could find as to why the R1 district was chosen. The nature of the property is more in line with the characteristics of the RE district. It's 4+ acres, has larger setbacks, has a long gravel driveway, things that traditionally are not allowed in the R1 district. In addition to that, the surrounding nature of the property, even though it is in the county, a lot of those development characteristics also match what the RE district would allow within the city. The applicant attended a Good Neighbor meeting on October 29th. We sent notices out to the property owners surrounding this property. Only the applicant was at that meeting. There were no residents that attended it. And on November 4th, the Planning and Zoning Commission reviewed the application. In your packet is the proposed findings of fact. Staff does recommend the approval of the application, the same as the commission. And I will note that the applicant, Chris Oakes, is here in the audience tonight in case there are any additional questions of him. And that will conclude our staff report.
Thank you. Are there any questions of staff? Does Mr. Oakes wish to give any kind of a statement at this time? You're good? Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. All right. If there are no questions of staff, I will, as you know, the public hearing is open at this time. If anyone from the public would care to address the council on this topic, please step forward, state your name and address for the record, and keep your comments to 5 minutes or less. I see no one coming forward, so we'll close the public hearing at this time. and so I would entertain a motion to dispose of this item.
Mr. Mayor,
Mrs. Belgawad.
I move that we approve Bill 4001, the rezoning of 1012 South Madison Street from R1 to RE.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there a second?
Yes, sir, I will second the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Holman. Motion's been made and seconded to approve the first reading of Bill 4001. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion? Motion carries unanimously, 8-0. Thank you. Could I please have the first reading of Bill 4002 by title only?
The first reading of Bill 4002 by title only, an ordinance of the City of Raymore, Missouri, amending the zoning map from A, Agriculture District to BP, Business Park Plan District Overlay, a part of Tract 12 of the Good Ranch, Raymore, Cass County, Missouri.
Thank you, ma'am. This item also requires a public hearing, so I will open the public hearing at this time, and I'll ask for a staff report.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would alert the council that staff will be requesting, at the request of the developer, a continuance on this item. I will ask Mr. Gress to open the staff report.
Thank you, sir. Mayor and council, the request before you this evening is a rezoning request for the property identified as Tract 12 of the Good Ranch. The Planning and Zoning Commission reviewed this at their November 18th meeting, and following that, the applicant left that meeting with a few additional items to basically create for the project a couple different site drawings and renderings of the building. Given some time constraints, they were not prepared to fully address the council this evening with that presentation. There's still some drawings and items that they wanted to include into that presentation to you all. So this afternoon, we did receive a request from the applicant, Matt Alvey, who is in the audience tonight, that the council continue this to the December 22nd meeting so that they've got time to finish up that presentation for you all ahead of the formal consideration.
Thank you, David. Anyone have any questions of staff at this point? We do have the public hearing open at this time. If anyone wishes to address the council, please step forward, state your name and address. Keep your comments to 5 minutes or less. Okay, so I will entertain a motion at this time to continue this item to the December 22nd meeting, and we'll keep the public hearing open as well.
Mr. Mayor,
Mrs. Belgawad.
I move that we continue Bill 4002 to December 22nd and keep the public hearing open.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there a second?
I'll second the motion, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Holman. Motion's been made and seconded to continue Bill 4002 to its first complete reading until December the 22nd. Are we good to go, Mr. Zuri? Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion? Motion carries unanimously 8-0. Thank you. Could I please have the first reading of Bill 4003 by title only?
The first reading of Bill 4003 by title only, an ordinance of the City of Raymore, Missouri, authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Neil Settle Printing, Inc. for printing services.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there a staff report?
Thank you, sir. I would ask Ms. Harmon to make a staff report on this agenda item.
Thank you, sir. Good evening. As we are required to do every 3 years, we put out a request for proposals for our printing services, and we received one bid from Neil Settle. We did have a couple other companies that requested those documents, but we did not get any bids from them. We use Neil Settle for our professional letterhead, business cards, envelopes, postcards, mailers, things of that nature, and we have used Neil Settle for several years for our printing services, and we have a good relationship with them. And that concludes my staff report.
Thank you, Melissa. Any questions of Ms. Harmer? Okay, thank you very much. If there are no further questions of staff, I'd entertain a motion to dispose of this item.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Delgado.
I move that we approve Bill 4003, award of contract for printing services to Neil Settle.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there a second?
I will second the motion, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Holman. Motion has been made and seconded to approve the first reading of Bill 4003. Any further discussion? Yes, Mr. Mills.
I don't know if legally I need to abstain or just disclose, but I just recently did business with them. They produced our guides for our Live to Lead event, and so I don't know if, am I able to vote?
Yeah, absolutely you are.
I
You-
am.
You're not receiving any compensation or
Okay, I just-
remuneration for a vote tonight.
Okay, thank you.
You're not an owner of, or partial owner of Neil Settle either, are you?
No.
Okay.
However, in disclosure, his son worked on my project as part of a grade with the Lead Center, so, okay.
Would
I
not be a
just want to make sure, okay.
Anyone else have any questions? All right, if there's no further discussion. All those in favor of the motion? Motion carries unanimously 8-0. Thank you. Could I please have the first reading of Bill 4004 by title only?
The first reading of Bill 4004 by title only, an ordinance of the City of Raymore, Missouri, authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Fast Signs for sign printing services.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there a staff report?
Thank you, sir. I'd ask Ms. Harmon to make a staff report on this agenda item.
Thank you. It was also time to go out to bid for sign printing services, and we use a professional vendor for our signage for parks, banners for events, decals for our snow plows, which are in the works right now, and yard signs and things like that. So this bid from Fast Sign was significantly lower than the other bid that we did receive from an out-of-state vendor, like significantly lower. So, and we have also used Fast Signs for several years as well.
Okay.
That concludes my report on this item.
Thank you, Ms. Harmer. Any questions, Ms. Harmer? If there's no further questions, I'd entertain a motion to dispose of this item.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Dugawad.
I move that we approve Bill 4004, award of contract for sign printing services to Fast Signs.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there a second?
I'll second the motion, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Holman. Motion's been made and seconded to approve the first reading of Bill 4004. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion? Motion carries unanimously 8-0. Thank you. And the last item, could I please have the first reading of Bill 4005 by title only?
The first reading of Bill 4005 by title only, an ordinance of the City of Raymore, Missouri, calling for and establishing the date of the general municipal election to be held on April 7, 2026.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there a staff report?
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask Ms. Hill to make a staff report on this agenda item.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Mayor and Council. Section 9.1 of the Raymore City Charter calls for a regular municipal election to be held on the first Tuesday after the first Monday in April. The municipal election for 2026 will be held on Tuesday, April 7th, 2026. This election will include one council member seat in each of the 4 wards. Those seats are currently held by Brian Mills in Ward 1, Thomas Circo in Ward 2, Jay Holman in Ward 3, and Sonia Abdelgawad in Ward 4. Candidate filing will open tomorrow, Tuesday, December 9th at 8 a.m., and will continue through 5 p.m. on Tuesday, December 30th, 2025. That concludes the staff report for this item. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Any questions of staff? All right, well, it's pretty cut and dry. If there's no further discussion, I'd entertain a motion to dispose of this item.
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Dugawad.
I move that we approve Bill 4005, calling for the April 7th, 2026 municipal election.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there a second?
I'll second the motion, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Holman. Motion's been made and seconded to approve the first reading of Bill 4005. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion? Motion carries unanimously 8-0. That concludes formal business this evening. Now move on to the public comments section. If anyone from the public would care to address the council at this time, please step forward, state your name and address for the record, and try to keep your comments to 5 minutes or less. I see no one jumping out of their seats, so we'll go ahead and close the public comment section. And Mayor Council communication is next. Mr. Baker, I'll start with you this evening, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just real quickly, I was not able to attend the Christmas tree lighting on Friday night, but due to my wife's birthday, big birthday weekend, celebrating with her, we did stop by Saturday night, and it looks great up there, all the individual trees around the big one. But it is one of those things where, take the time to go up there, walk around. He had great weather Friday night. It was actually a nice Saturday, too, a little colder. But great job by the city to get that tree set up. All the people that partake in the individual smaller trees around it. It's kind of a neat thing. And then lastly, election time, season's coming up. So for those running, good luck and a fun time to see the will of the people vote who they think should be in office. So a very exciting time starting tomorrow for all the candidates and going forward with that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Circo.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, I attended. I thought it was a great evening. It was put on very well. We had choirs singing, the lights went on at the snap of the button. Nothing failed there, everything looked good. But it was very nice. I do appreciate all the people and people who brought in trees, different organizations or individuals who put trees up. They were very beautiful and nice. And we did have a great time there that night. Santa came in, everything went well, and really thankful. It's good activity when we do that every year. And I think it's getting bigger. I think it's growing with the people, and so that's a great thing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Barber.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, I would agree with Mr. Circo. It was a fun evening. Mayor, you did a great job. You had a little group that you had to corral, and you did a great job organizing that and getting that done. Yeah, and I would definitely say it's gotten bigger. The weather was nicer, but the park department, certainly that is really first class. Did a nice job with that. Looks really good.
Do. Thank you, sir. Mr. Abdelgawad.
Thank you, sir. I will echo the comments of my fellow council members. The mayor's Christmas tree lighting event was quite a bit of fun, and it's very beautiful out there at the park, so I would encourage everyone to go check that out. Quick question for the chief. How's Shop with a Cop fundraising going? Do we need to encourage people to give? Nope.
No, we're good. We are solid.
Fantastic. Just wanted to check in on that. I usually have a word or two to say about that.
Yes, we need no more beards at this point.
No more beards.
No more beards. I can agree with that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Engert.
One quick item. Catherine, it's all over. You did well tonight. Okay. Get a good night's sleep, because I know you were up all night worrying about it. But you did well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Ullman.
I'll echo Councilmember Engert's comments, and that's all I have this evening, sir.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Burke.
I don't really have a whole lot, except I guess getting ready to start volunteering for FIFA tomorrow. We'll see if I know more a week from now than I do today. Probably not, but we'll see.
Midfielder or goalkeeper?
I used to be a goalkeeper coach, but get kicked in the head by your players.
Thank you, sir. And Mr. Mills.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, I'll echo all the comments and even all the videos and pictures that people have posted on Facebook with the Christmas tree lighting and everything was very impressive. The only last thing I'll mention, just in case people got busy with the holiday season and didn't remember a very important day yesterday in history, and the anniversary of Pearl Harbor. And it just, I've shared this many times. I just feel that more and more of our country and younger generation are, not being taught or not about remembering some of these important times. I mean, if you really study that and look at that, the majority of the men that gave their lives at that event were like less than 19 years old. Mm-hmm. But they gave for their country, and it was something that turned our country around. So if you're not aware of Pearl Harbor, please, you should be able to find some information, but it's something that we need to continue to remember and honor every year on December 7th.
Thank you, sir. I would also echo the comments of my compatriots up here, and also say that I had a lot of fun Friday night, too. The Little Tykes were the Little Tyke flag football team that helped me turn on the lights. And we have one tiny little switch, so I had a bunch of tiny little hands up there, and we're trying to make sure the switch got turned on at the right moment. They were awesome. They carried out their orders very well, and it was really a lot of fun. Beautiful evening. Just to remind everybody, we didn't get the ice up in the TB Hanna Station Shelter House yet, but I know they're working on that this week. Hopefully we'll have the skate rink going by the end of the week. A lot cooler weather coming toward the end of the week as well. So hopefully people will be able to enjoy that as we get the skate rink open. I think that's all I have this evening. Do we have a reason to go into executive session?
We do not, sir.
Amen to that. All right. Thank you very much. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we adjourn tonight's meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Bilguard. Is there a second?
Yes, sir, I will second the
Thank you,
motion.
Mr. Holman. All those in favor of adjournment? We are adjourned. Thank you.